Hello everyone, welcome to Power Plant Engineering class, course code U14ME803A. I am V. Rakesh, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering, KIDS W. In this video lecture, I am going to explain pressurized water reactor power plant. After completion of this topic, students will able to learn construction and working of pressurized water reactor power plant and also learn advantages and disadvantages of pressurized water reactor power plant. Let us see the schematic diagram of a pressurized water reactor nuclear power plant. A pressurized water reactor plant has two separate circulation systems for the turbine and the reactor. You can also see here this is the primary coolant circuit, this is the secondary coolant circuit. Primary coolant circuit consists of reactor pressure vessel, fuel rods, control rods and water pump. Secondary coolant circuit consists of steam generator, turbine, generator and steam condenser. The primary system circulates the coolant. In this, generally used as coolant is water through the reactor core. Here in the reactor pressure vessel, fuel rods, you can see here this is fuel rods, transfer the energy released by fission process, heating the water from around 291 degrees Celsius to approximately 326 degrees Celsius. Even at these high temperatures, the water does not boil as it is kept pressurized at the approximately 157 bar. So that's why this reactor is called as pressurized water reactor. The heated water then flows from reactor pressure vessel into tubes of a steam generator, which is the interface between this primary circuit and secondary circuit. The heat is transferred to the water, that is feed water, around the tubes in the secondary system. After the heat transfer in the steam generator, the cooled water in the primary system uh, pumped back into the reactor pressure vessel. At the pressure on the secondary side, on the secondary side of the steam generator is only around 64.5 bar. The feed water evaporates here at around 280.5 degrees Celsius. This produces steam which is then routed through the turbine. This turbine is coupled with generator. Here kinetic energy, that is rotational energy, is converted into electrical energy. Then cool water flowing through the tubes in the condenser. This condenser removes excess heat from the steam, which allows it to condense. The water is then pumped back into the steam generator for reuse. The temperatures and pressures uh, mentioned already, I said, that is may vary, that is depending upon design of PWR nuclear reactor. Now let us see the functions of few major components in PWR, that is pressurized water reactor. This is the 2D layout of PWR. Heat is produced in the reactor due to nuclear fission and there is a chain reaction. The heat generated in the reactor is carried away by coolant. Here, generally used as coolant is water or heavy water, that is H2O or D2O, circulated through the core. You can also see here this is the pressurizer. The purpose of the pressure equalizer is to maintain a constant pressure of 14 meganewton per meter square. This enables water to carry more heat from the reactor. The purpose of the uh, coolant pump or circulating pump is to pump coolant water under pressure into the reactor core. Uh, Another important component is fuel rods. These fuel rods are surrounded by a moderator. Generally, uh, in this way, water or graphite used as moderator to slow down the neutrons released in the reactor core. These fuel rods contain the nuclear fuel, that is uranium 235. Next one is control rods. These control rods control the rate of reaction by moving in and out of the reactor. Some of the control rods move in, rate of the reaction is down. Some of the control rods move out, rate of reaction is up. Uh, when all control rods moved in, the reactor is shut down. These control rods are made of boron or cadmium. These control rods can absorb neutrons in the uh, re- pressure reactor. You now see the essential components of pressurized water reactor. Uh, See the number one, that is reactor vessel. This the red color indicates fuel elements. This third one, the control rods. Fourth one is control rod drive. This is the pressurizer to maintain constant pressure. Next, sixth is the steam generator. Seventh, seventh is the main circulating pump. This eighth one is the fresh steam entered into the uh, low pressure turbine. Next, this 9 is the feed water. 10 indicates high pressure turbine. This 11 indicates low pressure turbine. This 12 is generator. 13 is the exciter. This turbine is coupled with the generator. Generator is coupled with exciter. This 14 is the condenser for cooling purpose. This 15 is the uh, cooling water. This 16 is the feed water pump, where 17 is feed water preheater. Uh, 18 is the concrete shield. This 19 is the cooling water pump. Now let us see the summary of pressurized water reactor. The pressurized water reactor belongs to the light water type, that is uh, here moderator and coolant are both light water, that is H2O. Uh, Already we seen in the previous figure, the cooling water circulates in two loops, that is primary loop and secondary loop, which are fully separated from one another. The primary circuit water, shown with a dark blue color, is continuously kept at a very high pressure, and therefore it does not boil even at high operating temperatures. So that's why this type of reactor is called as pressurized water reactor. The primary circuit water transferred its heat to the secondary circuit water in the small tubes of the steam generator. It cools down and returns to the reactor vessel at a lower temperature. Since the secondary circuit pressure is much lower than that of primary circuit, the secondary circuit water in the steam generator starts to boil. Uh, that's shown with a red color. The stream goes from here to the turbine, which has high and low pressure stages. When steam leaves the turbine, it becomes liquid again in the condenser, from where it is pumped back to the steam generator after preheating. Normally, primary and secondary circuit waters cannot mix. In this way, it can be achieved that any potentially radioactive material that gets into the primary water should stay in the primary loop and cannot get into the turbine and the condenser. This is a barrier to prevent radioactive contamination from getting out. In pressurized water reactors, the fuel is usually low, that is 3 to 4 percentage enriched uranium oxide, sometimes uranium and plutonium oxide mixture. In today's pressurized water reactors, the primary pressure is usually 120 to 160 bars, while the outlet temperature of coolant is 300 to 320 degrees centigrade. Pressurized water reactor is the most widespread reactor type in the world. Out of 431 reactors, 264 reactors are pressurized water reactor type. They give about 64% of the total power of the presently operating nuclear power plants. Vejna 1 is the first commercial nuclear power station in Switzerland working on this type, that is pressurized water reactor. Now let us see the dimensions of a typical pressurized water reactor pressure vessel. In this, generally used fuel is enriched uranium. Enriched uranium means it consists of 3.5% of uranium 235. Uh, Coolant and moderators are ordinary water for 1065 megawatts capacity. Diameter of the pressurized water reactor, that is 2.75 meters. Height is 10 meters. uh, Thickness of the pressure vessel, that is 21.5 centimeters. Weight of the vessel, that is 900 tons. Now let us see the few pressurized water reactors in the world. You can see these two figures, that is PWRs in the Diablo Canyon, that is located in USA. Next, see the Kundankulam Nuclear Power Plant, Tamil Nadu, India, uh, which which began the nuclear fission process. It is the India's first pressurized water reactor belonging to the light water reactor category. You can also see here this third one, that is MH1 group, that means Mihima Nuclear Power Plant, Japan. This is the first pressurized water reactor nuclear power plant in Japan, uh, started in 1970. Now let us see the advantage of PWR. Water used in reactor, that is coolant, moderator and refractor, is cheap and easily available. The reactor is compact and power density is high. Fission products remains contained in the reactor and are not circulated. A small number of control rods is required. There is a complete freedom to inspect and maintain the turbine. feed reactors, feed heaters, and condenser during operation. This reactor allows to reduce the fuel cost, extracting more energy per unit weight of fuel as it is ideally suited to the utilization of fuel designed for higher burnups. Pressurized water reactors are very stable and easier to operate. PWR reactors lifetime is longer and safer control over power level. Now see the disadvantage of PWR. High initial cost. Primary circuit requires strong pressure vessel. In the secondary circuit, the thermodynamic efficiency of this plant is quite low, that is 20%, because of it having low pressures, that is 60 to 70 bar. Fuel suffers radiation damage and therefore its reprocessing difficult. The high temperature water coolant with boric acid dissolved in it is corrosive to carbon steel. It is imperative to shut down the reactor for fuel charging, which requires a couple of months' time. Low volume ratio of moderator to fuel makes fuel element design and insertion of control rods are difficult. Fuel element fabrication is expensive. Natural uranium is only 0.7%, uh, uranium 235, the isotope necessary for thermal reactors. This make it necessary to enrich the uranium fuel, which increase the cost of fuel production. These are the few disadvantages of pressurized water reactor. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe my channel for more updates.